Hey guys, I don't know if anybody's watching right now, but we just had our internet upgraded yesterday, and it looks like it's a little bit faster. Hopefully, this is working out okay. It's a beautiful day here on our island in the North Pacific, and right now it is 5:26 p.m. Pacific time here on the Southern Gulf Islands. So I don't know if anybody's watching or not. I'm just going to test this out. I know I said I would be doing a live stream, my next one at the beginning of June. I think the first Friday in June, but I am, like I say, I'm just giving this internet test a test here, just because they did speed it up for us. It goes in increments up to 30, and ours was sitting at an 8, and that was really low because it was pretty slow here, and they boosted it up to a 15. Hey, there's Tennessee Palms. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Let me put my glasses on here so we can see what I'm doing. It's pretty sunny out. I got the umbrella up to so I can see the screen better. I'm here. Hello, the only one watching. Weather follower. Hello, I'm the only one watching. No, there's Zach in Tennessee too in the volunteer state. So I guess there's a few people out there watching. There's two of you watching right now, and there's the palm tree dude. Hello, there's GD Gardens. Hey, from GD Gardens from Atlanta, right? I think you're in Georgia. Weatherfall. Hey Zach. Hey Joe. Warmth is coming. Yeah, it's feeling nice here right now. It's 17 degrees here right now. Currently here on Salt Spring Island, our weather station is reading 17 degrees Celsius in the shade. So, not going to complain. It started off a little bit cool this morning. If you watched the latest video I just uploaded on the native skunk cabbage, so I went into a stream in town, and it was a cool 52 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why I was dressed like I was in the Arctic. Uh, I got a better Trachycarpus. Palm tree dude, I got a better Trachycarpus. And which type is it? A Trachycarpus fortunei, or which one in the genus would you have there? Or is it a Wagnerianus or a Manipure? We have a few different varieties growing here in the garden. The palm tree guy, Montreal. Hey, hey, how's things in Montreal? Nice and toasty? Hopefully things are nice and toasty there. Can you see behind me there, folks? There's some palms for you right there. There's some of my seed grown palms. That one's actually getting up there. And then there's the native arbutus way up there in bloom. That's a Pacific Madrona. And that is that's the only native broadleaf evergreen tree in Canada besides the Pacific wax myrtle that grows here on the Pacific coast and the islands. Hey Joe, I gave my 51 Trachycarpus to my grandpa. Hey, sweet. He potted them up in blue solo cups. Well, you got a smart grandpa if he likes palms. Right on. My grandpa was long gone, pushing up the daisies before I started growing palm trees. But I liked palms when he was still alive. But he died in 1974. So my Trachycarpus fortuna has produced flowers, weather follower. Oh, sweet. For the first time. Can I wait for the others to flow? Well, first of all, you need a male and a female. So if you have a female Trachycarpus fortunae, and you got some male pollen, you can dust that female, and it will get fruit for you, some seed. The female, only the female produces seed. So you have to have two palms nearby, usually within about 30 feet for good pollination. But if they are farther apart, they will get some wind pollination too. Are you far from the router? It keeps cutting out. Yeah, I am far from the router. I am about 40 feet from the router. So end stream. Well, no, it looks like I'm still on here. Hello, I just got Jared Johnson. I just got a Mexican fan palm. I have it planted in a 15-gallon pot, and it got sweet. And I got it from a 3-gallon pot. Will it still grow Yes, it will. I have one growing right here. There's a Mexican fan palm that I grew from seed, and that's what happens. It's 22.1 degrees Fahrenheit right there. That had no heat whatsoever. The outer fronds got fried on it, and they look beat up. So I cut them off, and it's pushing already. So that was kept in an unheated tiki hut. So they're pretty tough palms as long as you keep them dry. They don't really like temperatures too much below 20 degrees Fahrenheit prolonged. Michael Morris, it takes two to tango, Joe Malin. You know it, bro. You know it. It does. And see, we got a few people on here. Jared, Tennessee Palms is working great for me. Good, good. So this is good. So the internet has been speeded up, and it looks like it's working a lot better than it was before, because I know it was cutting out quite a bit before, and this makes me happy. So I only have to pay an extra $10 a month for this. And in some places, the internet really sucks on our island. It really does. And so does cell phone reception, too, just because of all the mountains. Can you see everything okay there? See the ivy there? See that invasive species, right? You see that? Right there. I'm going to point to it right there. That's an invasive species. I cut the top off that tree. See, gone. Got a little birdie feeder on top there now. I took about 40 feet off the top of that tree. You can see it on one of my videos, and I dropped it, and it missed all the palm trees and all the plants down below. And those trees are weeds. That's a big leaf Canadian maple, and you can cut those things down to a stump, and they resprout again. So, terrible tree. Nice in the forest, but not here. That unprotected palm ain't looking too hot these days. Saw it today. Palm tree guy. That unprotected palm ain't looking too good. Are you talking about? Oh, that one. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about mine. Oh, the one in. Okay, sorry. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that Trachycarpus that made it through -20. Yeah, which that surprises me. Hey, bud, back again. Martin. Is that how you pronounce your name? Martin Culin. Hey, bud, back again. Right on. Yeah, I'm testing something out, but I talk a lot, so this 2-minute live stream is probably going to turn into probably an hour. And Wendy's got dinner on right now, so I'll probably have to go once I start to stuff food in my cake hole because you don't want to watch me eat here. Well, looks like there's a few of you out there. That's good. That is good. I'll try typing something here. See if you can read this. Aloha. You see that? So if my sound went off, how is my sound, by the way? You're hearing me okay? I hope, because when I was live streaming last week, I left my external speakers plugged in, and you were just getting my mouth moving. Aloha, aloha, Zach. That's the same here. I'm lucky to have good cell service. Good luck getting Wi-Fi out here. Yeah. Well, it's pretty bad. We got so many mountains here, and we're on the very north end of Salt Spring Island, the very far tip of Salt Spring Island, far from any cell towers. We see the aloha. Hey, weather follower, can you? Oh, you hear me, Zach? I hear you loud and clear. Okay, good. That's good. And let's see, what else can we see here? Let's spin this thing around. And there's some. Can you see some eucalyptus trees? There's eucalyptus there. And how's the clarity of the picture, you guys? Is it any better than it was before now that we got an upgrade on the internet? The guy came the other day, but he didn't want to come inside the house because of the COVID-19 thing, right? Everybody's freaked out to do stuff. So Wendy had to deal with him. So he stayed outside and told Wendy what to do, and then he adjusted a few things. And well, lo and behold, here it is. The Tracky, I posted pics. Okay, cool. Did you post which a palm guy, Montreal? Where did you post them? Like on Zone Pushers, or did you post them on People Who Love Palm Trees? Because I'll check it out when I see it. It pushed out Jared dropped 4 new leaves in that time frame. Wow, cool. Oh yeah, it's better. Oh, good. Hey, Wendy, it's better. They said it's better. You guys are saying it's better. Yeah, that's good. It's not breaking up, and everything seems. Hello from Olympia, Winter Metal Head. Winter Metal Head. Sweet. Ha, I'm a metalhead too, guys. Awesome. You didn't know that about me, did you? I am actually metalhead. But I also like Hawaiian music as well, and I'll listen to some old mellow rock too, but I've always been a metalhead. It's clear here. Good. Right on. This is good. I can see all your posts coming along the right-hand side. Hope. Oh, I'll print something here. See that? Hope all is well in Palmland, folks. Yep. Hope everybody's palms are doing well, and hope everybody's staying safe. And it'll be nice when this coronavirus thing is all done and we get back to normal. If we do get back to normal, I'm all out. I'm all out rocking country. That's okay. A lot of country lovers out here too, because I do live out in the country. You know, it is rural here. There's no city around us here on Salt Spring Island, and there's no neighbors here either, which is actually a very nice thing. And I know Zach lives out in the country. So, hey, I had that YouTube bot called Ted. Oh man, Ted, Cal, Tim. There's a bot, and you guys probably know about him. He comments on every single video you can imagine. And I've looked at other people's YouTube videos, and this guy named Ted, Tim, Cal, Frank, whatever he goes by, I think he is I think he's some sort of robot or something like that. And he says he loves everything. He loves everybody's videos. And I don't know. I guess, and if you look at his channel, he's got a lot of subscribers. I don't get it. I don't know how that works. Let's just see who else is in here. There's quite a few you people in there, and that's good. Oh, it's Dutch. Okay, Martin. Never heard somebody from another country pronounce it correctly. Okay, cool. Lots of palms in the Netherlands. We know that. Netherlands have a great climate. And you know, there's palms in Denmark too. There's palms in places you least expect it. And when you tell people that, they think you're crazy, right? When you tell them there's palm trees in Scotland, they're like, what? Ireland has tons of palm trees. Most Ireland is actually zone 9A, believe it or not. And if you go down into Cork, it's probably the high end of zone 9A. Weather follower, can cordyline australis seeds germinate without another cordyline nearby, or do they need male and female? Well, you know, that's a good question because they self seed here in certain gardens on our island. And any garden I've gone into where there's cordylines flowering and seeding, there's always more than one cordyline. But um, I have taken seeds off a single cordyline and I didn't have any other cordylines around. So I'm going to say they are self fertile. One garden in particular, lady, she lives actually out of province. She called me up one day, and you've probably seen my videos here of the garden. There's some butias growing in that garden. And she says, Joe, can you come and dig some cordylines out because they're self seeding all over the place? And she got some big ones there, and they've actually self seeded in the neighbor's yard. And there were, you know, tree size there. And when I went the last time, they had cut one down because it got too big, which is a real shame. Um, I saw plenty of trackies in London. Yet there's tons of them palm tree, dude. In London, there's actually big Canary Island, Phoenix canariensis in London as well. And that's probably more like a zone 9A, solid zone 9A there. Mine self seeds, Jack, sweet. Jack in Victoria. Yep, Victoria is a good climate. And you got to love it when cordylines self seed. Most people don't realize cordylines, you buy them as Dracaena spikes, these dinky little things. You put them in a planter and they turn into a tree if they never freeze. Yeah, he watched one of my friend's videos and it was showing a guy Tennessee Pond trespassing and peeing on the corner. You couldn't see what he was doing, but I was Call, loved it. Call. Yeah, that's his latest name, Call. Alec, hey Joe. How you doing, Alec? See you out there. Yep, we see you're in Palmland out there too. My neighbors laugh at me, the palm guy, when I take out my palms to get some sun. Thinks I'm crazy. Well, when people grow palm trees in a place where you don't really expect them, and if I had a neighbor that did that, I would be asking them questions. I know all about palm trees, but a lot of people don't. And, you know, some people think you're crazy, or some people will ask you questions. So our nearest neighbor is quite a ways away. And many years ago, about 20 something years ago, I gave her a bunch of palm seeds, and she's got palm trees all over her garden. And it looks beautiful. She hasn't been planting any recently, but the ones that she has in her garden, she grew from seed, and they're actually quite big now. Hey, that video you posted of those ponytail palms, those were a great find. I bet they were there for. Oh, is that on my other channel, Jungle Joe C? I did. I've been posting a lot of Maui videos on there, and we were cruising through Kihei, and there was some big bucaria off the side of the road as we were turning onto South Kihei, and there was some bucaria, some Woodiscia bifurcata, and there was some Phoenix robelinii, and I think there was some Cocos nuciferus. So I slapped that video up there this morning before I went to work. Martin from Netherlands just bought a baby Trachycarpus fortunae to fill a gap in the garden. Can they tolerate winters in zone 8A when they're just a few years old? Well, that just depends. If it's a palm tree that has been grown and imported from a warmer climate, it may get heavily damaged or killed. I know palms growing in zone 8A here, about 30 miles southeast of Vancouver, that we planted in 1990-91 as tiny little babies that were locally grown from a friend of ours in Vancouver that harvested the seed from palms he planted in 1967. And they've never been damaged, and they are probably nearing 30 feet tall now. So if it's from good ecotype, then it should do fine. If you're worried about it, I would cover it with some leaves in the wintertime. Oh shoot, I have a unprotected Baju vid I will need to give a last look at before I post. Hey, Ron unedited there, Zach. Ron unedited there, my man. None of my stuff's edited. Wendy likes to edit her stuff, and her videos are much better quality than mine. So there's a lot of, maybe you'll see some goofy stuff in mine, but hey, that's just the way it is when you don't edit things. Let's see, what else do we have here? Have you ever seen sable palmetto in habitat? Have I seen them in habitat? I have been to Florida, but only Miami. And no, the ones I saw were planted in the city of Miami. They weren't in habitat. So never seen a palmetto. Oh, just a minute. Let me think now. I've been to the Caribbean too. Have I seen palmetto in habitat? Is there palmettos native to Haiti? I know there's some native to Dominican Republic, and I've been to Haiti, so maybe I have seen them in habitat. I've also been to the Cayman Islands. I've been to Cozumel, Mexico, and I've been to Jamaica. So, and I've been into the jungles of Jamaica. So there might have been some palmettos down there somewhere. Who knows? What else do we have here? Yeah, you are not alone, Joe. Tim Tom, aka the bots, comment on my videos and saying, "Love the video, want to be friends." It's annoying. So what's up with that? Does he get is he getting paid for this? Like, is he getting? I don't know. He doesn't even have videos, does he? But he's got a lot of subscribers. I don't get how that works, weather follower. Robot. Like, I really don't understand it. And he does comment on a lot of stuff. He comments on Wendy's videos. And I was watching something the other day, and he was commenting on it, some random stuff. It's like, it is kind of annoying. I've seen the South Carolina population of palmetto. It literally turns the woods scrubby palms here. Yeah, that's cool, Zach. Yeah, it'd be neat to see them. I like seeing palms in habitat. Don't have any native palm trees here, but maybe one day they'll be classed as native after I'm long gone, because I've spread a lot of them around the island in the forest. It's spam and probably a scam. Alec, yeah, it probably is a scam. I hope they aren't getting paid. Well, they might. You never know. If you see ads on someone's video, they get paid. But you know what? I don't even know if that guy actually has videos, but he has subscribers on some of his channels. And I'm sure on one of his channels, he had like 120,000 subs, which is absolutely nuts. I don't know how that works. Uh, Joe, do you think I can stick a one palm guy? Oh, gallon in the ground starting now and putting it pot. Yeah, you can. You can do it now if you want and dig it out, put it in October. Palm trees transplant pretty easily. Unfortunately, I have to dig out 3 palms at our public pool because we have to put in a water pipe, and they're doing so nice. And I'm going to have to dig those out with the mini excavator pretty quick. I'll get one of the guys I work with to dig them out with the excavator. I'll strap them. We'll lift them up. Some guys are going to come in and put a new water pipe in there, or hook into the existing water pipe, and then I'm going to put the palms back in. But with a mini excavator, we should be able to get a good root ball. But I hate digging out palms when they look so nice and then putting them back. But I'm thinking they're going to be okay. I'll use some transplanter liquid. Martin, can Dixonia Antarctica tolerate some sun? You absolutely it can. I have a place where I want to plant one. Ours gets about 4 to 5 hours of intense sun every day. It's growing in an alcove. You can watch our videos of it, and it's sending out a lot of croziers right now. They are a long-term Zone 9A plant. I'll tell you something about tree ferns. Dixonia Antarctica, the trunk is the hardiest part. The least hardiest part is the center crown where the croziers come out, the fiddleheads come out, and the tree fern fronds are hardy to about minus 6.5 degrees Celsius. Down at those temperatures or below, they're going to brown. But croziers come out of the crown. You want to protect that in the wintertime. The trunk is hardy probably to about minus 9 or minus 10 degrees Celsius, not prolonged, short durations. The palm guy, I want to do and give it a better chance. Will grow bigger, guessing it'll grow faster and stronger in the ground and in a pot. Well, not necessarily. I know of some big palms in pots, believe it or not. It'll do good in a pot too. Can the sable palmetto become native in the Hatteries? I have Cape Hatteries from North Carolina, sable palmetto growing um, in the greenhouse, and I also have some in the garden, and I have sable minor too. Outer Banks is sable minor is native. Yeah, I have sable minor from Cape Hattery. Become native to Hatteries. Sorry, I have sable minor. And actually, there is sable palmetto growing in Cape Hatteries, I believe, because I think I have some in the greenhouse. I also have some from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I have a seed flat of sable minor from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I don't know how close that is to Cape Hatteries or Hatteries. What else do we have here? Dixonia. Well, there's a whole bunch of you guys in there. Let's see. It's about 3 hours away from Alec. It's about 3 hours away from Elizabeth City. Remember that rotten tree stump that was behind a smaller badger? Finally got rid of it. Dead. Cool. Right on. Well, dead tree stumps are good for the ground. They will rot down and turn into soil eventually. Palmetto naturalized Virginia Beach. I'm sure they'll grow on their own down there. Yep. And I do have palmettos grown from seed from Virginia Beach too. Yeah, there's a lot of palmettos in Virginia Beach. Matter of fact, I think Atlantic Avenue, the main drag, is lined with palmettos and Trachycarpus fortunei. Yeah, good climate there. It warms up nicely in the wintertime and they get a lot of summer heat. I think it gets a lot of humidity. It can get cold occasionally. It can dip very, very cold, well below 32 degrees, well below freezing, 0 degrees Celsius. And it is actually dipped, I believe, below freezing, 0 degrees Fahrenheit in the past. I don't know what their all time. I think their all time low record is about record low is minus 3 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. GD Garden, speaking of tree ferns, I don't believe I said, but there is, should water the crown directly. I said this, but I read that yes, you should. You should. Oh, no, no, I water the crown. No, with a tree fern, you water it through the crown. That's how I water my tree fern because the trunk consists of roots. And ever since our oldest one in April 1994, I water it directly through the crown. And I got it from a nursery. Well, actually, got it from the Palm Society. They got it from a nursery that imported them from Tasmania. And the tree fern I had was a raffle at one of the Palm Society meetings, and my buddy won it. And he had it for 2 years out in Zone 8A. It was too cold. He had it in a half barrel. He'd bring it into the garage in the winter, pull it back out in the spring. So he phoned me up one day and he says, Joe, do you want the tree fern? So I took it. And you fertilize it and water it through the crown. And just make sure you protect that crown if it's going to get really ugly cold. Crown freezes, you got to toast tree fern. I only collect seed from the old palmettos. They're smart, palm tree dude. You collect them from the oldest and hardiest palms, and you'll have some good, tough offspring. Do you have any Japanese painted ferns? Yes, we do, Martin. Yep, we have them. Wendy is a fern collector, and we have so many ferns in our garden, and most of them are evergreen. And we have wood ferns, Japanese painted ferns, and we have lots of tree ferns. That's not the only tree fern we have. We have about a dozen tree ferns in our garden here. I attempted to go do a video of the wild bald cypress, Zach. Epic fail. Fell into. Well, as long as it's not quicksand, as long as there's no gators there. I heard something on the news today, and it was on News of the Day. It's like what dumb people do. So this chick is in North Carolina visiting her friend, and her friend has this big gator that occasionally visits her yard from the pond they have, and the gator's out in the yard, and her friend that's visiting says, hey, I want to go get a picture of that gator. And she says, you shouldn't do that because it kills deer occasionally in our garden. It'll grab them, pull them down into the pond. She says, no, no, it'll be fine. So anyway, she says, no, you should not go out and take any pictures of that gator. So anyway, she goes out anyway and reaches out and tries to touch the gator. While the gator grabs her arm, and then pulls her down into the pond, and then grabs the rest of her and pulls her under the water. And that was the end of that lady. So she made the news today. Hey, Jane, in Honolulu, I wonder if they can grow bald cypress in Honolulu. I don't think so. Well, no, you know what? Maybe they could, because bald cypress grow in Louisiana and it's pretty hot and humid down there. So I would say yes, bald cypress would grow there, but would they be deciduous like they are here in our climate? We grow bald cypress here. We have a very nice one growing in our pond, and I planted it back in the 1990s, and it's doing very well. Nat, hi, I love you. Right on. Good to see you in there. I see your big heart there. Nat, whereabouts are you, Nat? Are you far off somewhere? Like most people here in far off lands. I had one guy join in last week. He's actually my neighbor, and he lives on the road behind me. So not that far. He lives up the gravel road in behind. I know bald cypress can go in southern China. You know what, Jane? I think it would grow in Honolulu. And you know, on Maui, at higher elevations, they're actually growing Sequoia sempervirens, the California coast redwood. There's actually a forest of them up there. Bald cypress, palm tree, dude. Bald cypress grow all the way down to South Florida. Typically doesn't get too cold. So are they evergreen down there? I wonder if a bald cypress would be evergreen in a tropical climate. Try one, Jane. You try one out and then get back and let us know if it works in Honolulu. Some pretty cool stuff that grows in Honolulu. Like my apartment complex has bald cypress planted everywhere. That is cool. There's a grove of them growing at Van Dusen Botanical Gardens in Vancouver, and they are growing in water, and they all have knees. Like they all have the knees on them, like buttress. They're pretty cool. Ours doesn't have any knees yet, but the trunk will be about that big, something like that. I planted it as a 1 gallon sapling, and we were selling them at the nursery, and I wish I would have bought more of them. I have never seen them since. That was years ago. Hello, Johnny Sins. Bren, what do you think the future holds for palms and coast? Do you think we'll see significantly more trackies and taller Parent and future land. Yes, absolutely. There's so many Trachycarpus palms that they use in the public landscape in Vancouver, Victoria, and all up the Pacific coast. There's palm line streets in Tsawwassen and palm line streets in Victoria and Vancouver. And of course, there's lots of old trackies here. Tons of trackies that were planted many, many moons ago in the 40s and 50s and 60s, and they all are sporting 30 feet of trunk. A lot of them in private gardens. If you go to Beacon Hill Park, there's some very old Trachycarpus palms there that were planted in the 1950s. Mo, hey bro, do you know Ligma by any chance? He used to live near you. Ligma. Well, I know a lot of people on this rock, and I've lived here a long time. To see a picture of Ligma, I might recognize him or her. I have some Mexican fan palm seedlings, GD Gardens. Awesome. They'll grow in well in the nice heat of Atlanta down there, or in Georgia where you are. Jane Tang, I've heard of redwoods in Maui and Poli Poli, where it gets below zero. Wow, upcountry. So up in Makawao, upcountry, and near the lavender farm, Kula, they grow stuff up there that we actually grow here. I got videos of the hydrangeas growing up there. I saw loquat, bottle brush. What else did I see? Nandina domestica. A lot of plants up there. They grow. We can have in our garden here. Mo Ligma nuts. Nope, don't know. Don't know if I know them. Yeah, actually, I haven't driven through the redwoods. I've driven through a eucalyptus forest up country in Maui. So we're back on Maui this winter for November and December. And if everything opens up and it's safe to travel, we'll be back on Maui. We're booked. So I'd really like to go, and we'll hopefully drive through those redwoods, and I'll shoot a video of it. I've been up to the top of Haleakala at over 10,000 feet on Maui, and it's freaking cold up there. I don't want to go up there anymore. When I go to Maui, I want to be warm. I don't want to freeze my hiney off. So we went up there and we got blown away. And I do have videos of that standing by the 10,000 foot marker on Haleakala. It is cold up there. So when you go to Maui, don't go up to those mountains. I don't need to go see mountains when I'm Maui. I have mountains here on Salt Spring. Jason, why are you so cool? Because it's cold out here. No, it's actually not cold out here. It's actually a nice day out here. It is about 17 degrees Celsius, cooling down a little bit now. Supposed to get up into the 70s. I think that's tomorrow and the next day. We should be up into 75 degrees. So Fahrenheit be about 23 degrees Celsius. So that's okay. Palm trees are going to like it, and the exotic plants. Okay, I'm just reading here. There's so much stuff floating by here. Hey, bro, have you? Nope, don't know that. Let me scan down here. Alex, seen about a dozen here in various gardens. Mekhi, that's a cool name. I like that one. I like the place where you live is beautiful. Thanks, Nat. It is a pretty cool place. The Gulf Islands are unlike the rest of Canada, that's for sure. I bet Sophoro Chrysophylla can grow on salt spring. I'll have to Google that one. You know your plants, Jane, and that's what I like about you. Jane really knows her plants. So I'll have to check that one out. I'll have to Google it and see the hardiness. Our growing zone here at this end of the island is a northern zone 9A. The last time we fell into the high end of zone 8B was December 2008, and it was a long time before that we dropped down into zone 8B. Just recovered 2 Trachycarpus from a local nursery, Matea, in the desert. They were living under pepper tree. Oh, we have a pepper tree. One was sharing a root system with another pepper tree, only 4 roots left. Ew. Depends how big it is. Small one with a little bit of roots will survive. And it may be okay. Let me know how it does. We had 75-mile wind storms here, Zach is saying, a few days ago. First round. Oh, yeah. Watch out for those tornadoes. What's your favorite metal band? What's my favorite metal band? Well, I do like Rammstein. I like Black Sabbath has always been my favorite metal band. And I'm just trying to think. Judas Priest, I've seen in concert. I've been to a lot of rock concerts. I got a closet full of concert shirts. And I like Metallica. And if it's heavy, I like it. But I also like mellow stuff too, guys. I'm not a complete full metal head. I can listen to metal. I can listen to Slayer. I can listen to Infernal Majesty, whatever. It doesn't bother me. Wendy hates that stuff. She likes more mellow stuff. Have you been to Saucon? Where is Saucon? Sawcon. Mekhi is asking me. It made it 1 year later. Oh, good. Right on. Matea. I found 2 plants. Saucon looked a bit weird. What's your favorite? Okay, I'm reading still. Good exhibition. So have you been to Saucon? Where is Saucon? Is Is that a tropical island somewhere? We're far from tropical here. You got to remember, folks, I am in Canada. I'm in the Southern Gulf Islands, and we are actually probably closer to the United States here than we are to Canada if you went across the water. So close to Vancouver Island, but mainland, we're probably closer to the US, and we can see the San Juan Islands. If you look at a map of Washington State and you look off the coast, off in the northwest here, you'll see the San Juan Islands. And we're in the Southern Gulf Islands, so we're the same archipelago, and we can see into the San Juans from higher points on our island. I've seen Rammstein live a few years, right on. I like Rammstein, even though I don't understand them. It's good German music. You are from my area. Oh my God, you're from my area. Jason, YouTube, that's good. Well, so what area are you in? Are you in the southern? Oh, Bellingham. Okay, I'll tell you what, Jason. If you took a straight line and you draw and you went right out to the ocean, you'd bump into the south end of our island, Salt Spring Island. Where I am on the very north end of Salt Spring Island, if I drew a straight line across, I'd bump into Birch Bay. So I'm the same latitude as Birch Bay, and Bellingham's the same latitude as Fulford on the south end of our island. Jane, how does Scythia australis grow in your climate? I have two of them in pots, not that hardy here. They're hardy down to around maybe 20 degrees short durations, but no, I've tried them before and they're not good unless you protect them. But long term, they want warmer than 9A. I think more like 9B. Southern Oregon coast, they'll work. I have two nice ones in pots. They're small and they're going good. When I went to Maui, they dried out, unfortunately. And when I got back, I put them in the basement. They looked terrible. All the fronds were cooked. So I put them outside in the winter and they're coming back nicely. They're sending out nice fronds right now. The nursery down the road from us has a ton of tree ferns too. You've probably seen my videos on it. They have Dicksonia fibrosa, scrosa, Scythia australis, Scythia cooperi, Dicksonia antarctica, and they have a few other ones there. Aloha, folks. Jonathan Bettinger. Aloha to you. Brian Lowry. Aloha, folks. Cool. Nice to see you guys in there. Remember, this was supposed to be a test, and this test is turning out to be a little bit longer than I anticipated. That's the problem when I get talking. I can't shut up. Sorry, folks. Palm Tree Dude, what's the biggest zone push you've ever done and something that has basically no chance of making it through the winter? Jacaranda mimosifolia. I grow a ton of them, and they got cooked the first winter. And it actually wasn't the cold that got them; it was the cool, damp wetness of late fall / early winter, and they got botrytis all over them. They turned all moldy, and they were useless. So Jacaranda mimosifolia is useless here. I've tried Bismarckia nobilis. At my last location, I tried a 5-gallon one about 30 years ago. It was in the late 1980s. I had a 5-gallon busy. I'm kind of a sadist with plants. And I was more so when I was younger, and I stuck it outside in the garden. First winter, it got fried. I've tried coconut outside in the winter too. That got fried. Of course, coconut doesn't work here. It's nice talking. Good to see you, Martin. Hey, cool to see the sun. Yeah, you know, it's sunny here. It's been quite nice. It's been very dry. The spring here has been very, very dry, and it does worry me a lot because we are on a well, and our well's never dried up, but I was that chance, right? Salt Spring, Jonathan Bedger, Salt Spring Island, yes. Named after the salt springs on the north end of our island. There's actually a resort here called Salty Springs Mineral Bass. Yeah, coconut is not hardy. You know what? Coconut is one of the most tricky plants to grow outside of its native range if you're going to grow it as a house plant because it likes at least 8 hours of sun a day. It likes high humidity and constant temperatures of over 20 degrees Celsius. So I've done 4 coconuts. I used to bring them back from Hawaii, from Woolworth. I used to buy them in Woolworth in Waikiki on Kalakaua Avenue. Jane probably knows where that was. And I buy them for $6, sprouted coconuts. And I had one live for over 4 years, and then they got spider mites. So I gave them the boot and kicked them outside. Where I'm at is Emmanuel. Where I'm at, it's what? Where I'm at, it's Sophora chrysophylla grows at high elevations in Hawaii and gets frost. So it depends on the severity of frost. So I've seen some winters here where it barely falls below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think our mildest winter that I've seen was around 28.5 degrees Fahrenheit was our coldest. And the coldest winter I've ever recorded here was about 18.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Most winters here don't drop too far below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. This winter we had one early morning, because the coldest temperatures I record are in the early morning when the sun is coming up. It was 22.1 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's pretty cold. Hopefully it could survive that. Rainy, hot spring here. Yeah, well, rainy hot spring is good. Seasonal here, and very dry with occasional scattered showers. For April, we had 48 millimeters of precipitation. And for those of you that aren't into the metric system, 48 millimeters is under 2 inches of rain. In March, we had about, I think it was less than an inch of rain. And February was about the same. It's very, very dry. Not good. Not good for the aquifers in the ground if you're on a well. Manuel, where I'm at, it is 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Okay, so you are 3 hours ahead of us. It is 6:01 p.m. Pacific time. We're Pacific time here, okay? Same time zone is California. We're due north of California, all right? So we're the same time zone as that. I've seen one guy in the Netherlands, Martin, have a coconut palm in his house. 360. Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? You know where the northernmost coconut palm used to grow in the northern hemisphere, in the western hemisphere, was in Newport Beach, California. And it was planted in front of an insurance broker office in 1984. And it actually had a sign in front of it, small little sign, that said the northernmost coconut palm, Cocos nucifera. And it finally petered out. And I think it was from lack of water. And I have pictures of it that somebody took. I never took them. But I knew about that coconut palm back in the 80s. Actually, a beautiful palm. And it was apparently the northernmost coconut palm in the Western Hemisphere and maybe in North America. Um, JD, what mountain range palm tree? Oh, palm tree dude. Let's just see what do we have here. I'm just reading the comments. GD Gardens. Hey, I just got one Puerto Rican hat palm seed germinated. Oh, cool. We have one in our garden too. That's Sable Cassarium. And I have a friend in Seattle that planted one in 1989, and it's still there, and it's got a nice big trunk on it now. And this far north, they do go a lot slower, of course, than where you are. Let's see what else we have here before I go. I'm not going to stay on too much longer because my time is running out, and I'm sure dinner is ready. I saw Wendy just shut the door there because she doesn't want to hear me babble when she's listening to her show. She's watching reruns of Friends in there. So, folks, with that, thanks for the video. Palms growing in Scotland. Oh, Scotland. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on in palms in Scotland, and I did share some of those on People Who Love Palm Trees. So any of you that are on Facebook, you may want to check out my group, People Who Love Palm Trees. I started that group in January 2016, and it's a pretty good group. There's a lot of really great members on there, full of information, fountains of information. There's some amazing gardens and photos. So People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants is a group you may like if you are a palm nut like me. So, folks, with that, I am going to leave you now. And I know I'm supposed to be live streaming beginning of June, and I will do that the first Friday of every June. I will live stream, and I will bring this laptop out here. And I'm happy this upgrade to the internet has made it a lot faster. I appreciate everybody for joining in. And what does Jane say here? Jane, I have Rhapis excelsa. I love Rhapis excelsa. That's one of my favorite palms. The lady palm grows very well, and there's some beautiful specimens on Maui. I tried a lady palm here, and I had it growing outside for several years in our garden, underneath the sun deck, under an overhang close to a building, and it lasted about 5 winters. And dried up one summer when I went away to Hawaii for 3 weeks, and it never got watered. It was growing in pretty poor rocky soil, and I did water it, but the person I got looking to look after my garden didn't water it, and it was pretty sad when I got back. Later, this was great. Thanks, Tennessee Palms. Take care, you guys. Aloha. We will see you guys first Friday in June. I will be here. Or be square, all you palm nuts. I appreciate you for joining in. Love you all. You guys are awesome. And you guys make it fun for sure. If there's nobody on here, it probably wouldn't be as fun. It'd be like I'd be talking to myself, or maybe talking to the palm trees behind me. So anyway, you guys are all totally awesome. I love all you palm nuts. Palm tree growers are the best, and exotic plant tree growers, and basically gardeners in general, right? You're good people. I haven't met a gardener I haven't liked. So anyway, cheers to you all. Take care. Have a great night wherever you are all, and stay safe out there. And hopefully this pandemic will be done soon. Cheers to you all. I'm off here. I'm ending it right now, and stay tuned for more videos on my YouTube channel. All right. Cheers. Take care.